Hey guys, Ken Perriman. I'm back again with another product review, and it is this guy right here, the GMM SSD enclosure, dual bay NVMe SSD enclosure with offline cloning. What does it mean? It means that it is capable of cloning one hard drive, basically one of these right here, you can see, cloning one of these to another one. And even more importantly, as an example, like cloning this hard drive that's built inside of this, which is basically one of these that's inside there, cloning it to that one, making it identical. So maybe as an example, you have a 256 gigabyte hard drive in this computer that's in front of me, and you want to go to 500 gigs. So one in here is 256, this guy is 500, clone it to this, then turn off the computer, swap out the hard drives. You have now effectively a larger hard drive, but the drive is cloned, so it's identical. All right, well, let's get back into what we're talking about inside of here. And first things first is you get a USB-A to a USB-C connection, USB-C to C connection. Over here, oh, I know what these are. These are the rubber grommets that you can use to hold those down. They actually go into the back here, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. This, I'm curious. Oh, I know. Okay. All right, I know what it is. This is the power supply for this guy, because it did say offline cloning. That makes sense to me. Offline means you don't need to be connected to a computer. What does that mean? So let's say you have a hard drive that came out of a computer, and it was one that you wanted to save all that information. And again, maybe you wanted to duplicate it, or you wanted to put it on another drive that's larger, but you have both of the drives out. That's what this is. You also have other processes in which you want to copy one drive to another. Whatever reasons, that's the purpose. Work instructions or a work booklet on how to do whatever it is that you're doing with the product details and how to use and all that neat stuff. Very cool. Oh, I know what these are too. You get two of these. What these are, they are a heat dissipation paste gel pad, whatever you want to call it. But what it does is it transfers heat from the top of the hard drive that you place on like so, and it'll transfer to a metal surface or a plate that usually you have associated with the hard drive enclosure. We'll go ahead and look at those here in a little bit. All right, toss those back in there. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up. Plug you in over here. Yeah, all right, so what do we have on here? We have a power switch. You do have your power input that will go here. You have a clone button. You just basically click it and it will start to clone your device if you have two hard drives in here. You have a USB-C connection, so C to A, so if you want to connect it to your computer and use it as a drive, you are good to go. This whole body is plastic except this is aluminum, and this is what it looks like. Very nice, dissipating. It's got fins here, which also is very cool. Just like another device that I reviewed, you have a fan, and this slides open. There you go, two bays for your hard drives, and there's your fan. All right, very cool. What would you identify is your target SSD and then your source SSD. Okay, so if you want to copy from here to here, you want to put your drive that you want to copy in here, and then put the other drive over here, hit clone, and it'll copy it over to that drive. So let's go ahead and do the first test on this. I'm going to plug this in to my hard drive and my computer and see if it recognizes it. So what you want to do is take this in, slide it in, there you go. Make sure the notches match. Then take this piece, you're going to fit your board into there, and then that little nub is going to fit in the hole. So what you're going to do is slide it like so. You got to find out where it goes. So with this, we should be able to, and I'm going to connect it back in just to see if the fan runs. So what I'd like to show you is firstly how we can copy one drive over. Let me go ahead and open another window. Okay, and let's do a real true test. Use our crystal Mark E. Let's use file F. That's 477 gigabytes. We're going to go ahead and do a quick check on this guy and see what happens. You can see that the light, it's testing. I bet you this fan turns on any second again. So we're testing that drive to see what its read megabits per second are. 822 megabits per second read. And there goes the fan. And let's go ahead and take a look at what the writes are. All right. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and I could feel that really well. That fan is booking. This is super impressive that this thing is knocking out the heat. I can feel this fan just blowing. It's pretty strong. One drive in here, as you saw, and the fan is still running. It just turned off, so you can see. Let me show you here real quick. Yep, that fan is no longer spinning. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this drive over into this drive. When I say what this drive is, this is a target drive. That's the source drive. I'm going to go ahead and pop it out. This is my 2 terabyte Samsung SSD. This bad boy rips, and it's a 970 Evo 970. snap it in, drive it down into the hole. And while I'm trying to get this hard drive in here, you can see now that I have two bluish color identifiers. Basically what that is saying is that we now have two drives that this computer can read. Now to save the heat on this, I'm going to go ahead and put this fan back on. I now have two drives. I have a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and then I have a 2 terabyte hard drive. This guy's much faster than this one, so I'm writing to this one, so the bottleneck is going to be this drive. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to directly clone these two. Now, what I need to do is I need to show you on the screen here, and you can see over here on the left-hand side through my screen record that it is the 2 terabyte NVMe E drive, which is this guy that I placed in here, and you can see identified in blue that the computer can see. Also on the right-hand side, same right-hand side, is over here is the current drive where I placed all those files on. And if we go ahead and check the properties of that drive, should be, what do we got? Yeah, 60, okay, 0.9 gigs, okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to unplug this guy right here. So I'm not connected to my computer. Now what I'm going to do is turn this on, and it identifies that it knows that two drives are in here, two SSDs, and then I'm going to press and hold for 3 seconds. And then press it. Well guys, we waited this whole time, and check it out. It is done, it has cloned. There's nothing more but to let's actually check it out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, but switch it to, wow. I mean, it did everything. All right, guys, so this tool is really, really exceptional in the case that you can use it as a dual drive bay, where you can have two hard drives in here, operating whatever size and capacity to use, transferring data. What's really cool is that it does clone this drive completely. It's really cool. So I hope this was helpful for you. I really do appreciate your time, and I'm out.